Okay, let's try this time. Everyone in the chat, please inform me if you can hear me.
Yeah, we got
Okay, all right. It would appear that it's working now. It would appear that it's working. That was annoying. I'm not gonna lie to you there. That was very annoying. Alright, that should have fixed the problem. I don't know why the mic was acting up like it was, but now it should be working, so y'all can hear me. All things good? Okay. Let me reset up the chat room on my phone so that I can read chat every now and then. Because, damn, that was irritating. Alright, we can hear you, Hey Raven, what do you think the next samurai hero will use as a weapon? And also, what do you think the next season theme will be? I have no idea what the next season theme will be. It's going to be very interesting to see what they do. They've done drought, they've done flood, I guess now tropical. Like maybe the forests are overgrown now. That'd be interesting. And in answer to your question, Sir Deus Volt, no, I'm doing solo tonight. I announced it on Discord. I'm just going to fly solo tonight. I'm not interested in the pain of going through and finding everybody to get them on, so it's just going to be me tonight. Sorry, gang. Hey, Raven, in your opinion, who do you think would win Apollyon versus Astria? Genuinely, I think Apollyon has a bunch of experience that would trump Astria, and I think she's just so brutal. But the problem is I don't know Apollyon's capabilities like I do Astria's. Because Astria has the full Warmonger kit, Apollion's is a very old-fashioned kit. But Apollyon also has the health pool for days, if you base it on the story mode. A lot of people say, oh, Apollion's move kit in the actual story mode is pretty trash. But at the same time, her health pool is pretty decent, so there's that. I would put it on Apollyon. I just prefer Apollyon in that debate. Hello, this is the first stream I've come to right as it starts. Hey, Devil Dog, glad you could jump. Glad you could jump in. The mic is back. Yes, Noise Tank, sorry about that. Hey, Ribbon, in your opinion, what weapon would you use from World War II? A Garand, man.
what you're trying to do, honestly. Also, did you set up a party so you're not bugging that?
Oh, I've got it set up on For Honor that they won't hear my voice.
Okay.
Rainbow Six is different, though. Rainbow Six, I do have to have a party.
Okay.
If my voice were coming live, you could see a little text indicator on the screen showing that my voice was hearable. Come on, Highlander. Get her. Get her. Highlander, that was weak sauce. There you go. Okay. Oh, Hannah says, hey, Raven, what plans are awaiting for this month from you? Great question, Hannah. It's almost like we didn't talk about this earlier today. Oh, clever move from the Law Daddy. Clever, and he's backing away. But you're still gonna get flipped. Ah, okay. Okay, I see how it is. I see how it... Okay, anyway. So in answer to your question, Hannah, so the things that are coming up, I'm going to be releasing an update video on Monday, fully talking about what plans I have for this month, but here are a few sneak peeks for those of you who have shown up. So given that it's October, I've got some spooky plans in mind. We're going to be doing more Dead by Daylight content. I'm going to do a Meg video on Meg analysis. I'm going to do a, which way to go? Should I go C? I should probably go C. I'm probably going to do a Meg analysis. Oh, no, I'm not going C. I am not going C. There's all three of them there. I'm not playing that game. Let's clean this up. I'm going to do a Meg analysis. Probably going to do a Michael Myers analysis because, you know, he's the Halloween slasher. Also planning to do a grade of the For Honor Halloween event executions. But I want to wait until this year's Halloween event because I want to see what they add. But I will definitely be talking about it then. Alright, this is getting old. Come on. Come on. There we go. Hey. Alright, look me in the eyes when I'm talking to you. Look me in the eyes! And he's done. What have we here? You were so focused on me, you didn't see my boy Kyoshin coming up on you. Okay, anyway, where was I? Yes, gonna be doing the Halloween event stuff. I'm so excited for what they do this year with the Halloween stuff. I really, really want to see what direction they go. And I want to see if they add new Halloween executions. That'd be so cool. So I'm looking forward to talking about that. I'm gonna be doing a video on why zombies suck. I really am not a fan of zombie stories or zombie movies or TV shows. I never liked The Walking Dead. Even from the beginning, I thought it was trash. I think that the World War Z movie is one of the worst zombie movies I've ever seen. The only zombie movies that I've seen that I thought were okay was probably the original Night of the Living Dead, which I actually have a lot of respect for. Hold on. Oh, good move. You did not just do that. Please tell me you really didn't just do that on me when I wasn't attacking. That's like a me mistake. That's a mistake I would make. Please don't make my mistakes. Anyway, oh, and we've got company again. Oh, crap. Look into my eyes as I'm talking to you. No, I want you to look me in the eyes as I'm talking to you. You're a disgrace to them all. As I was saying. So, I'm going to be talking about why I hate zombie stories. Why I think they're bad. Why I think that zombies are overrated. And I'm also going to do a video talking about, shoot, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, whoa, 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 Shaman. Okay, Shaman, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Man, this Shaman. Okay, I gotta give credit where credit's due. Now, Shaman, I want you to think about what you did wrong in this situation. Get off of me. Victory. All right, that took care of that problem. Anyway, so as I was saying, gonna be doing why I think zombies are awful. Gonna be doing talks on the For Honor Halloween stuff. Gonna be doing talks about I also want to do some stuff on demons versus Oni versus Jotun. I want to talk about the supernatural demons that we think about when regards to these three factions. And you're probably thinking, aren't you going to add the Wulin? I don't know enough about Wulin demons, Chinese demons, and honestly, based on what I do know about them, they're really hard to pin down, especially if you read stuff like Journey to the West, where demons kind of just do what they want. So I'm going to stick to the ones that I'm far more familiar with. If you want to hear more about Chinese demons, give me a few more months to research that, and don't expect me to have any videos out in that time because I'm going to be dedicating myself to the research. But yeah, those are some of my plans. Now, will I be able to do all these plans? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm going to try to get as many of them done as I can, but I also want to do another Heroes in History, and I want to try. I want to try to get For Honor and Glory out again, and I also really, really want to go ahead and get the Warden contest entries done, because I know people have been begging me, when are you going to get those done? And I'm like, give me some time, folks. There's a lot of entries. I really got to dig through them. But I will do them. Anyway, so wow, I have not looked at my chat in a while. So let's see. Can we get a Why You Love One Piece vid one day? Could be a good cleanser after the Naruto one. Yes, I will do a video about why I love One Piece. After I do the Naruto rant, I will do a video about why I love One Piece. And I don't want y'all to get the wrong idea. I don't despise Naruto either. I just think it's very overrated. Hey Raven, what other weapons are there that samurai in game don't use? Nagamaki, the actual Kusarigama, Tanto, Wakazashi, Yari. There are others. Hi Raven. Hi Orca Mafia. In time you can do them all. I hope so. Where is the Nibbles meme compilation? I need to do that, don't I? I really do need to sit down and do a Nibbles meme compilation. How's your new job? Hey, I actually like it. Thank you for asking, Noise Tank. It's going okay. It's just going to be very busy. That's the one thing I'm figuring out very quickly. It's going to be a very busy, demanding job. So there's that. Amen. I remember asking a question about the Ottomans not using heavier armor due to their fighting styles being true or not. Can Lark confirm? Bro, he says, I remember asking a question about the Ottomans not using heavier armor due to their fighting styles. Is this true or not?
Which period of time are we talking about?
I think we're talking in general.
It's hard to say because the Ottomans were good at mixing up their units, and it also depends on which area. Like in the early area of Turkish warfare, was very much horse archer based. That was what the name of the game was for them. However, as they moved on, you would see the Janissary Corps come out, and they would be their big thing would actually be gunpowder, not just guns themselves, but also grenades. They would use glass grenades. But it's kind of hard to say. Like the Middle Eastern soldiers, they will very seldom do you see them in a lot of heavy armor. When you think heavy armor, you generally think more of the Western European tradition. Not that they didn't have access to it. It's just they tended not to specialize in it as much. That generally they wanted to be quicker. They wanted to get in, get out, and yeah. So, because when they were exposed to the Crusades, not the Ottomans, but the Turks in general, they saw heavy armor, like heavier armor than what they were used to, but they still decided to continue to stick with what they had best.
Got it. Oh, scary Nobu. Scary Nobu. Oh crap! Haha, you got me. Anyway, where was I? Hey Raven, do you think the next hero is going to be a Viking or another samurai like we got Griffin and Warmonger last year? I'm hoping it'll be a Wulin. Okay, Raven. So now that you answered that question, what samurai weapon do you think would be best suited for the new hero in game? I don't even know if the next hero is going to be a samurai, but like I said earlier, I think a decent weapon would be the Nagamaki. Hey Raven, what do you think about a Merfolk faction in For Honor? Only if we get an elf faction and we need an orc faction as well.
Basically, just turn it into Warhammer. That's basically because Knights would be Bretonnia, the Empire of Man. You'd have Nippon be the Samurai. The Norskins would be the Vikings. Wulin would be Grand Cathay. And then you could add as many fantasy races as you want. Will Games Workshop give the license over for such a thing? No, because they might make money. And
yeah.
Games Workshop's modus operandi is, why make a lot of money when we could make a minuscule amount of money?
Correct. I just got $5 from Dr. Calibrations. I hope work has been treating you well. I can hear Lark is as near full power good. As for the meme of the day, furry zombies, we're gonna eat you. Oh, fucking nasty. Oh my lord. You heard what he said.
I heard what he said. I just don't want to feel like I'm trying to forget.
Yeah, put it behind you. And at the end of this match, I'll, since my brother doesn't want to read comics tonight, I will invite Lucky Rider on to read them. Well, I asked earlier if you wanted to. You said you wanted to do your own thing. What's wrong? And she's running away. Okay, run away. I'm coming for you. Good move. Oh, man. This warmonger loves her lights, doesn't she? Alright, I'm back in. Warmonger down after a series of attacks from Gladiator.
You captured Zone C.
Jesse Cat's going, wow, wow, wow. Which one's Jesse Cat? Oh, the Hitakiri? Okay. And death. I have become the Kensei. It's not a good thing. I feel the toxic. I feel the toxic. Oh, it's gross. What's up? Ah, no. Run away!
Here's an interesting question from Dragon Slayer. Hey Raven, you know about history. I'm doing a test. Can you answer me? Was it true that George Washington served as a British officer at some point?
Yes, he was a British officer during the French and Indian War. So he was a British officer.
Yeah, he was a colonel in the Virginia militia, but technically he served as a British. He served under Edward Braddock before he got killed. In fact, one thing my military history teacher, professor taught me in college is that the sash you see him in most of his older military uniforms was actually a gift from Edward Braddock on his deathbed.
Ah, that's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, and like even when he was like the head of America, every time he was wearing a military uniform, he refused to take that thing off because it meant so much to him.
That's a Chad right there.
Yeah. Also, fun fact about his term with the British: he kind of accidentally started the French and Indian War. So he basically started World War Zero. Basically, listen to Winston.
Good fight. And killed that Nobu. This is how it ends. Ah! That warmonger's pissing me off. Alright. Hey Raven, what were you talking about earlier about demons, Oni, and Jotuns? I'm going to do a video on them. That's what it was talking about. Petition to make Raven Knight a playable hero in For Honor. Yes, start that petition. I'd love to be a playable hero in For Honor. Ooh, that'd be awesome.
Honestly, they might give you like a skin for a warden or something.
That'd be cool. I'd take a warden skin.
Honestly, if they put you in, you would probably be a guardian for like breach mode.
Ooh, that'd be cool. I knew that Kensei would run. Cowards die so many times before their death. What? What's wrong?
The fighting expert reports that the extra credits made another
Enemy
history
team
video.
is
Oh no!
And it's bad, apparently.
Extra credits made another video.
Oh, but I'm investigating.
Investigate
I'm on,
this.
I'm on,
We
I'm
may
on.
have an. Oh no! Everyone, a war may just be called.
Alright, let's see.
Oh, so you're pulling this move,
Oh,
Kensei.
the Great Emu War.
Oh wait, that's it.
Is that the one? Let me check and see if there's anything else.
That's it. Just the Great Emu War is.
Well, it's either that or Grigori Rasputin.
Wait, now the Warmonger's dropping a bunch of thanks on me? Warmonger? I'd step off if I were you. I'd step off if I were you.
The Great Emu War. I don't know, oversimplified kind of already covered it better. So.
I don't know. Why would we want to talk about the Great Emu War? It's more of a joke of history than anything else.
I mean, the Australians still have violent flashbacks about it, but,
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay, this is what we're doing. Okay, guys, we can officially say that they got toxic. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. All right, back to chat since that's over. Hey Raven, as a Christian, what can be considered luck and what's considered God's intervention? Like if you were in a bad situation but suddenly it turned out good, is that luck or God doing a solid? My pastor used to say luck is attributing luck to anything is a sign that you don't trust God, because the idea is luck is fate, and the idea of fate, as in things just conveniently working out for you outside of God's plan, is false. God works everything to his plan. Therefore, as a Christian, I must say, saying, oh, that was lucky, is not intuitive. God works everything out for his good. Everything that happens is ordained by God, even for bad or for good. Be it bad luck, good luck, what have you, it's usually something that goes along with God's will. So that would be my answer to that. Raven, are you planning on continuing the Crusades analysis series, or are we moving on to bigger and better projects? Probably moving on to bigger and better projects right now until we have more incentive to do that. Let's see. An Inquisitor would be cool knight class. That would be interesting. Kensei's more of a daimyo, a warlord. Well, we'll have to see when we get to Heroes in History, won't we? Once we get to a Heroes in History, that'll be interesting. Now, before we go on, let me go ahead and invite my buddy on, Lucky Rider, so that he can read comments for me, at least until my brother's available to. Okay.
I mean, I'll be doing other stuff, but I'll occasionally take a glance over.
Okay, I invited him. Now back into the fight. All right. Someone wants me to do Shaman next. All right, I'll do Nibbles next. So, from what I understand of Japanese history, their culture developed in the fertile valleys between tall mountains that make up their landscape. With it in mind, why the mire and for honor? Because they needed another thing other than mountains, probably. Besides, there are a lot of wetlands in Japan too that the Japanese settled, because wetlands are perfect for growing rice, which was their cash crop. Yeah, go South Kakalaki. Although their rice is very different from our rice.
Yeah, we had Group Carolina Gold.
I did adjust my seat, and my microphone fell over when I got up. That happens sometimes, you know, because I put my microphone on my armrest. Jack Black is Bowser, yay or nay? I say ha ha, it's going to be hilarious. I don't think the movie will be good, but I think it will be very entertaining. Hey, what if For Honor adds a Korean faction? Me and my brother were legit talking about that. We were talking about if For Honor added a Korean faction, and we think it'd probably just be easier to add elements of Korea to the Wulin, because they're probably going to be far too similar to differentiate. The Koreans and the Chinese were very similar in terms of armor and weapon styles, so it would be unnecessary to add an entire faction just for the Koreans. We wouldn't be able to make enough heroes, I think. All right, we're going to A. We're going to A. It looks like we're losing this one. Oh, hi. Oh, what the hell? I blinked and it was over. What? I'm amazed right now. That just happened. Okay. Thanks for tuning in. That was fun. What? I knew there was a reason I hated Orochi right now, and that's why. Alright. Alright, we may have messed that. Wait. He's not even sitting in A, which means he's just waiting to ambush anyone who comes by, isn't he? No, he's not here. Nope, there he is. He's coming up behind me. He was waiting to ambush. Hey, buddy. Nom noms. Hey, one more nom noms. One more nom noms. Nom. You put down Nibbles once, Nibbles bites back.
Got a little something on your face there. About.
Covered in blood. Go ahead, Lucky Rider. Lark is doing much better.
At least I hope so.
I mean, he seems to be doing better.
If I'm not, I've been lied to.
Yeah, he sounds a lot better. He's acting a lot better. Most of his symptoms are gone. Hey, we meet again.
You captured Zone C.
Nom noms. I do not suffer heresy. What do you think you're doing? Ah, okay, that's what Kyoshin's gonna do. It's what Kyoshin's gonna do. And Kyoshin's dead now. Thank you, Shugoki. Appreciate that. Say, what's better, vodka or sake? It depends on the kind. Some sake is really, really good, but then again, there's some vodka that I highly recommend.
You've had more sake than you've had vodka.
I've had two kinds of vodkas.
I know, but you've had more sake.
That's true.
I wasn't saying.
Let's go hunting. Let's go hunting.
You know, we used to use the same method of climbing up the stairs.
Hello. Temp. Oh, repeat that. For some reason, you're really soft right. Your voice is really soft right now. He used his 4 feet and couldn't even seal the deal. He couldn't even. Yeah, that's much better.
I obtained the bucket helmet for Black Prior, and now I'm a Knight of Need.
Yeah, I heard that. That was much earlier in the stream, I think.
What would you say is cool about Vikings in history?
What's cool about Vikings in history? I did an entire video on the importance of the Vikings.
Also, you are out for blood on that Orochi region.
Oh, I am.
Oh, just Daimyo joined us.
Might I recommend the coffee at Disney World?
Oh, that Orochi's running. And you're dead. I had to get that one in. Now, hold on a second.
Raven Raven, I'm curious about your thoughts on the story mode ending. The civil and economic damages from the 7 or 8 years of war seems like an interesting world building point that goes unexplored.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. But the thing is, you got to remember that the Samurai and the Vikings and the Knights have been fighting for almost 1,000 years before the events in the story even happened. So there was almost nothing to rebuild. It's kind of like you're fighting over destroyed territory anyway. So what's there to rebuild? What's there to restock? What's there to grow back?
From what I can
Raven, do you think the next hero will be inspired by the Mongolians?
I don't know. They haven't given me any clue. That's the thing. Everyone asks, what do you think? And I'm like, what can I think? I have no clues. I have no information. The only clue I could possibly provide is the idea that it's possible one could be a Wulin based on the pattern that they've taken. No, you don't. No, you don't, Kensei. No, you don't, Kensei. No, you don't, Kensei. Boom! That's what you get. Continue. Hi! Hi! Ah, hello. And you're done. Little bow for you. Woo-hoo-hoo! Roll out. Rise from the dead, Nibbles.
Raven, what's been happening in the world of badass YouTuber?
What's been happening in the world of a badass YouTuber? Well, I can't speak for all badass YouTubers, but for my case myself, I've started my new job, which is pretty cool. I just kicked an Orochi's ass who got a little too big for his britches, and my brother's getting much healthier. And I plan to be streaming for another checking the time, probably for another hour, maybe. We'll see. Great.
Raven, you keep telling that Orochi so many times. Now, yikes.
Yeah, it had to happen. And on the third day, Nibble rose from the dead. I never quite understood why Shaman has a kukri. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, I think they were trying to go for like a sacrificial knife, like something that you use in a sacrifice, but I think it just looks like a kukri.
And just as long as it's not a Pictish weapon, because we wouldn't want to steal from anybody, would we?
All right.
Nibble started the zombie apocalypse.
Yes, Nibble started the zombie apocalypse. It must happen. Let's go Sunhu.
So
I have my
what do you
guns.
think about the SCP Foundation?
The S what foundation?
SCP Foundation.
SCP.
Secure, contain, and protect.
Oh, I don't know much about it.
I know more about it than he does, and it's okay. It's a fun little internet community.
Raven, have you heard the British World War I song, It's a Long Way from Tipperary?
I've not heard that one.
It's been a while.
Maybe you have. I
If
haven't.
they added a sub-Saharan African faction, should they focus on the particular group like the Zulus/Benin warriors, or combine the nation/cultures into a larger hybrid faction?
I think that they should combine the cultures into one, only because that way you're getting more diversity in terms of weapon styles and armor styles. And besides, if you made it Zulu, then people would be asking, where's this group? Where's that group? Where's the Somali? Where's the Songhai? Where's the Egyptian? Where's the you get my point.
Yeah. Well, odds are what they would do is they would probably make something like a Mamelmuke or a Caliphate faction that could draw into sub-Saharan Africa.
But that I'm sorry, that was very fun. I probably won't be able to be that lucky, or well, not lucky, but fortunate again with this Orochi. That was fun though.
Several species of small furry animals gathered together in a cave and grooving with the pick.
I would like to thank the Muffle Man for reading the comments. I guess you're the Muffle Man.
Do you know the Muffle Man?
Do you know the Muffle Man? The Muffle Man? The Muffle Man? Do you know the Muffle Man? Who lives on Drury Lane? Ah!
Or is he perhaps the OG Muffin?
I must have inspired another shaman because we got one on the team.
Yeah, but what you need to do is inspire a Sherman. You get one of those tanks rolling in. You're
Yeah, that's how it is.
Lord Raven, I have sent the Grey Knights to your location to destroy the heresy.
Yes.
Yeah, but unfortunately they won't be able to join because they're currently building up a sacrifice of Sisters of Battle right now.
And roll away, Hitakiri. Roll away, Hitakiri. Yes! Ah, I got him to run. That's adorable.
Whoa!
And, whoa! That.
I guess her planet needed her?
Hands down, I would be Zulu.
Zulu and Zonde would both be pretty cool.
All right, Orochi, you got your revenge, but can you survive the Goki?
Yes, women are a mix of different Chinese warriors/generals from different Chinese dynasties.
Yes, they are.
So I guess if they want to
Trying to make Conqueror, why do I suck?
Because Conqueror in general is not your typical hero to play. The thing about Conk is he's not like the other heroes. The other heroes require different button combinations. His is just 3 main styles of play. 1, light spam. 2, heavy into soft feign into all guard just so you can get that uppercut. And then 3, bash spam a bunch of times so that you can get in a kill. Those are the 3 main ways of playing Conk, and I don't like any of them.
What would Pix have used for weapons?
You captured Zone A.
Axes, swords, shields, spears, pikes.
Nibbles kills the Forerunner universe.
That she does.
That'd be a plot twist of Forerunner glory.
That would be interesting. We have a law. We have a Nibbles.
Would you like it if they added a new minion type that has an axe?
That'd be interesting. Oh, crap. Yep, there it was.
With remaining possible factions, the only one left is a Middle Eastern faction. The rest would have to be combinations of an entire continent, like no Aztec faction, Native Americans faction.
Unless you count the Rajput as an Indian faction.
Which type of new Chinese weapon would you like to see in the future?
Jian. I need to make a frickin' video just stating these are the most common questions I get asked regularly. Wow, all 4 in Zone A. Okay, y'all enjoy that.
Conqueror is limited to level 100 minion.
Kinda.
Sad but true, man. Honestly.
Hey Raven, what's your opinion on Shrek?
It's fine.
Shrek is good.
Never really liked it or hated it.
Now the second one. That one was great.
Was Alexander the Great a knight, a king, or something else?
He was a king. He was the king of Macedon. And what we would consider knights really didn't exist back then, though he and his companion cavalry were the best cavalry of the ancient world.
I had to throw in a zone to save yourself. I love it, Orochi.
Why does he have a squid on his
Raven,
head?
which Forerunner hero would most likely get a DUI?
Raider. Put money on Raider on that one.
I feel like it'd be Warlord.
Warlord, do you think? Maybe.
Well, consider, what do you do, like, every time you see...
Am I the only one that would wish it be based off a dual-wielding Liu Bei style of fighting?
What?
If we were to get a Xian-wielding Yuan hero for the next character introduced to the game, am I the only one that would wish for it to be based off a dual-wielding Liu Bei style of fighting?
I mean, that'd be kind of interesting.
The thing is, I don't see the Xion as lending themselves to dual wielding in the same way like a curved sword would. If they were going to do that, they probably would have done that with the Dao. You have a lot of people complaining, it's just another Aramusha.
Say, Raven, what German weapon would you use from World War II?
I already answered that. M1 Garand.
M1 Garand's American.
Oh, German weapon. German weapon.
Yeah.
Well, if I had to pick a German weapon,
You'd probably go with
the Walther.
you probably, as far as a sidearm, actually for the real thing, you probably considering that you like going long range, you probably want to go the Car 98.
Yeah, I'd like a car. A car would be nice.
Good bolt action rifle, healthy.
Well, I mean, I've always been a bolt action fan, so.
Yeah, well, you like the older kind of things, but I know somebody said the STG-44 earlier in the comment sections, but for me personally, there's an allure to the MP40.
Just to keep that zone B clear. All right, let's go up and help in zone A. And he's done.
With Walter, the Viewer 41, with W or Walter P38?
The Walter P38.
Do you play any other tabletop games apart from Warhammer?
I don't even play Warhammer as a tabletop game.
We like the lore, and believe me, we'd love to get into the game, but those miniatures are expensive. Like, that's the thing, like, Games Workshop needs to understand the reason people are 3D printing, starting to 3D print their models, because just how ludicrous the paint and the miniatures are. Because I guarantee you,
I'm really hoping they try to make Assassin's Creed Valhalla accurate.
in certain aspects they did, and others not so much. My problem with Valhalla, like, I don't mind if they take a little bit of liberties, because they did that, like, they did an Odyssey, and I was okay with Odyssey. The issue that we have with Valhalla is it's boring. And that's...
Oh, Orochi. Orochi. That hurts you way more than it hurts me, and I don't mind that one bit. Have a nice one.
Who plays Shadow of Mordor? Thinking about buying it.
Shadow of Mordor is kind of fun.
Shadow of Mordor is pretty fun. I would recommend doing it. It's a good sort of, if you like sort of like the Batman Arkham series style of fighting, it's very much like that, but you actually get to see like decapitations and stuff. So if you like Lord of the Rings and you like Batman, you're going to like this game.
Yep. I would say Shadow of Mordor is a good buy.
Yeah, but as I was saying, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is just boring because there are no side quests. It's either you follow these stories or these tales, or you go play hide and seek with some kids or help a guy burn his house down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem. Odyssey, if I was like, I don't want to do the main story right now, I'd like to level up, there was always something I could find to do.
Right.
And Valhalla, I was hunting for things, which is not a good sign. If I'm having to try and find some way to entertain myself with your game, you need to reevaluate your priorities in the game. But the problem is, Valhalla did exceptionally well in sales, so I hate to say that we're probably going to stick with that formula.
Yeah, Valhalla sold really well, if I recall. Okay, I'm close to what I want.
I mean, there were some things that I
How
liked.
about an Egyptian warrior? His weapon will most likely be a saber or a whip. What are your thoughts to all three of you?
I wouldn't mind an Egyptian warrior if you could add it to a faction naturally.
The weapon would likely be a shield and a Kopesh.
I would like a Kopesh. That'd be cool.
Kopesh would be cool.
That'd be an interesting way to use a weapon. In fact, what if you added that as a future Viking weapon?
Kopesh?
They had hook weapons, but, I mean, you just go the next level. I mean, let's be honest, the Jormungandr's weapon isn't a realistic weapon either.
Yeah, it isn't, but honestly, if you're looking for that kind of thing, the closest to like a polearm version would be like a bill hook. And
yeah.
There's a Chinese variant that could be used.
Okay.
So you might have another Wulin hero that do something like that, but I suppose giving a bill hook to a Viking wouldn't be completely, because I mean, if Vikings got their hands on it, they'd use it.
It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, no. Let's go.
Say, Raven, from your opinion, who do you think would win? Tiger 1E or IS-2, the 1944 verdict?
Whichever one kills you first. I don't know.
The four factions should just leave Heathmore and go their separate ways.
Well, that begs a question. Where is separate? Because supposedly the land where the samurai came from has sunk into the sea. The Vikings claim that they lived in Heathmore first. Everyone else should get out. The Knights apparently showed up when the Vikings left for a while, and they've claimed ownership and saying, hey, you left it. It's ours now. And the Wulin, their homeland is now just a wasteland, so they want to try to move into Heathmore and find a new place to live. So, right now, the question is there a place they could all F off to? And even if there is a place where they could all F off to, eventually they're probably just going to fight each other over that.
Well, the problem they have is places like Ashfield and parts of the Mire have very fertile land, and so just abandoning that would not be a good idea, because eventually they're going to go, why did we leave where the food was? And that's something you'll notice throughout history. People will fight a great deal over territory that can provide a lot of calories. That's why Egypt was so important to so many different empires, because it could produce food. Ashfeld and the Mire can produce food. So Heathmore is going to be valuable, hence the reason they're fighting over it.
Right.
Where's that charge?
Lucas Cole said, love the videos, found the writing guides helpful.
Oh, thank you. Glad you enjoyed the writing guides. That's the thing. I like making For Honor vids, but I want to make other stuff too. Although For Honor is just what I'm known for. Who was a good character?
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime? Depends on who you ask.
It also depends on, there's been 13 different iterations of Transformers.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Optimus Prime's voice.
Optimus Prime has a good voice.
Yeah, he does. And remember, he died for your sins.
You lost Zone A.
Do you think For Honor should make heroes with repeated weapons or keep bringing in new ones?
I would try to bring in new ones if I could. What are you doing?
Aaron, have you seen Wormy come back to life after death?
Who?
War Mommy.
Oh, no. I haven't seen that.
Which Chinese dynasty was the most interesting dynasty in Chinese history that you found most fascinating?
I love the Three Kingdoms era. That's always a good era. Oh, wow. This Centurion wasn't bad. Yeah, good fight, man. That was pretty decent.
How about For Honor VR?
For Honor what?
VR.
For Honor VR? No, that would be hell. That would be hell on earth.
You'd have better luck with a VR for something like Chivalry 2. Because
Chivalry 2 might give you a VR, but For Honor, no. That would never work.
Yeah, considering how much they have you attacking from 3 different sides and doing all that, it would be hard to do. Not to mention the load times. I can just imagine will be awful.
What faction do you think has the stinkiest feet?
The stinkiest?
So what feat is the worst?
That's a good question. What is the worst feat objectively?
I would argue probably one of my least favorites was the come at me feat for Warden, where basically he says, hey, you can do more damage to me, but I gain points faster. And while I like the points gain, it's you're literally nerfing yourself, and you have either if you're not super good or you're against somebody that knows how to counter you very well, then that's just a quicker way to grave, really.
Are you really gonna light me right now?
This game sucks. Why do you still play it?
So this game sucks. Why do people still play it? I don't know. Ask everyone in my chat why they keep watching me.
Law players and discount Space Marine.
So, Thunder Warriors?
So yeah, Thunder Warrior then.
Or would you say?
I love when people get into the chat just to tell me, "Oh, you're playing a shit game. You're playing a bad game." I'm sorry, I missed the fact that For Honor is actually starting to climb higher than Rainbow Six in terms of fans. And no, it hasn't actually surpassed Rainbow Six, but I've looked at the way Rainbow Six has started falling, and yet the way For Honor has started going up. there are more people coming to For Honor now than people going to Rainbow Six. I've seen more people leave Rainbow Six than come to it, and more people come to For Honor than leave it. I think that For Honor struggles to give a... Really? I think that For Honor gives a hard time of trying to find different stuff to add, but I don't think that it's a dead game or a bad game by any means.
Well, the thing is, it is much easier to add a Rainbow Six operator than it is to add a new character in For Honor. Just because adding in guns, there's like a couple stats you have to tweak with each one, and then you have to think of a new creative gadget to use. But you can do that relatively easily in comparison to coming up with a brand new fighting style that has to be mocap. And frick that one minion in particular.
Yeah, that one minion was asking for it.
Would it be cool if each new class that came out, anything after base classes, that you had an option to play a mini campaign via story mode?
That would actually be really cool, because then that would teach you more about the different classes and the different characters. Like, I still hate that for the Samurai story mode, you only played as Orochi and Kensei. You never tried Shugoki or Nobushi, which pissed me off, because at least with the other factions, you tried at least 3, you know?
Honestly, what I really wanted to see as far as story mode is, like, you got to choose who fought Apollyon at the end. I think that would have been much better. Like, that would have added more to the story. But since we're on the subject, it also would go to expand sort of like, because they say that wardens and lawbringers are like part of some sort of order. You could sort of see what those orders do if you had like a mini story mode for each of them.
Okay, I get the feeling that Florida Jit 407 here doesn't like me. Because when I beat him earlier, it was good fight. This time when all 4 ganked me, good fight, good fight. I get the feeling he doesn't like me very much, but that's okay.
It's nothing against you personally. There is an actual chart you can use that the longer the For Honor match goes on, the less honor the enemy team will show.
Yeah, I noticed that honor goes away once the enemy team starts losing.
It is an inverse exponential curve.
Or until it no longer suits them. Because, like, if my team is about... Oh, okay. So whenever my team is ganking them, it's, wow, you didn't show me any honor. But if their team is ganking me, that's the game, man. I notice that a lot. So I never trust that. Whenever someone, like, literally, there was one match where a dude saluted me before we fought, so I fought him honorably. And then suddenly someone came in to interrupt the duel, and he kept fighting me, and I died. And then he emote spammed over me. So then the next time I saw him, I joined in the gank against him and killed him. He gave us a bunch of wells, and then messaged me later saying, what, no honor, bro? And I went, dude. Like,
it's like, hi, Pot's name.
I don't watch Raven playing For Honor to see him playing For Honor. I watch Raven playing For Honor because I totally enjoy what he has to say in videos.
I suppose that's a good thing.
I despise the new system in For Honor. What one armor piece good, I'm going to have to try the power he has. They code that I'll get that one armor piece.
Hunting for an armor piece, eh?
Yeah, run away, roll away. The big scary Jormungandr has revenge.
Well, another thing is that one of the things that there are this really sword and combat style games making For Honor seem more out there.
I mean, yeah, to me, For Honor is just a game that can't be replicated. You can't do to For Honor what it's... you can't do this with For Honor like it's been done before. It's... When people say... Literally, in its earliest days, people were saying that For Honor was trash, and one day other companies were going to come at it and say, we're going to do it but better. We're going to do it the right way. And I guaranteed that will never happen. I guarantee you that will never happen. No one will ever do that. And the reason why is because For Honor isn't a game that can be so easily replicated. It's not a game that you can... oh, it's okay. That's what we're doing. Okay. Sure. Okay.
My friends used to call this game No Honor and a joke because of how dishonorable the multiplayer was.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm using my 3D printer to make some Bretonians. Can't wait to play with them.
Ooh. That'll be a lot of paint, though.
Yeah, Warhammer is really unique, which attracts a lot of different crowds, so people want to check out Warhammer as a result because it's not just another.
Run away! Run away, Lawbringer! You're not yes, run away! That's the way, boy! That's the way! Keep running like a pansy! And die! Thank you! God, you were annoying!
What a way to take him down.
I don't even care that Nobushi killed me. I just had to get that kill. Well, good fight. You earned it. You kept running away. You were gonna run away and go find a place to heal and then come back and fight me. That's your plan in its entirety. Oh God! Don't even come at me.
Princess Raven, or at least make her a skin for a DLC.
Princess Raven? For who?
Probably best
I
way
tried
to
to
be
get my friends in
Peacekeeper.
the game, but he just called it a slasher game and didn't believe me when I said it was a fighter game, even after he played it.
That's what we call denial.
Haven't talked in a bit. That's a first. Yes, a lot of hate just to watch my peasants die.
That's what they're there for.
Yep, and there it is. Good fight, good fight, good fight, good fight, good fight.
World and create a hub to meet other players like on Destiny.
I love these guys. I love this team. That's adorable. Oh, I need to drink something. This is actually adorable, guys. I'm not even lying. Just that's cute.
You captured Zone A.
I never show honor specifically in bras. I'm make a lot of people mad. But the thing, if you never show honor, then you lose. You lost the chance of winning for the sake of honor.
Not necessarily true. I've styled on a few people by being honorable in duels. Like I typically duel as a JJ, and I actually whooped up on a guy because the thing is, we both started out bowing at each other, and even afterwards he kept on like breaking the like he would like rush me while I was doing it. I would still do it just to basically go, I have more respect than you, and I still kill them. These things, if you can kill him while being honorable, it's the saltiest thing you can make them do because they're enraged because they shouldn't be mad at you because you did nothing wrong. But that, the fact you didn't stoop to their level enrages them.
Yep. Well, that was a fun match.
Raven Kraken and Dr. Pepper with it, the Raven does.
Yes. That is true.
Well, somebody has to, since Corvus Corax is currently running around the warp chasing a certain other
Playing
crime
War
lord.
Mommy next.
Play War Mommy. Okay, we can do War Mommy. And I can show you my War Mommy's new look. I gave War Mommy a new little look.
Okay, chill guys, let the wow. Thanks, sorry. Give up.
Good fight, thanks. Sorry, thanks. Wow, thanks, thanks. Wow, thanks. Arrogance comes after victory is assured. Good fight. So this is my new War Mommy look. Come on up. Come on up. But I don't think I gave her the right execution, so I might not be able to use her this time. I'll use her next time. I'll use her next time. For now, I'm going to use my default War Mommy, because she's got the right executions.
Hey Raven, what armor would you give Raider?
Raider? Chainmail?
Yeah, they gave him chainmail recently, which we're happy
Like,
about.
he needs chain... Everyone keeps asking, when are we going to get Vikings with plate mail? And I'm like, when pigs fly. Vikings did not wear plate!
If you want to see a Viking in plate mail, go play Skyrim.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that. Skyrim's a great game, but just know that's where you're going to find it, because plate mail was not a thing at that time. I mean, you might find a coat of plates a little further down south, but that's not the same thing.
Oh no, Nobushi, are you going to be okay? You're having to play your enemy team now. Wait, no, it's not. Kami Guru and Wubble, whatever his name, were on my team last time, so I'm up against my own team now. It's Florida Jit that is still my enemy. And he's still a Lawbringer. Okay. It seems this is the hand that I have been dealt. But unfortunately, I have an Uchiha and a Leaf Village Ninja on my team, so... yeah, and they're both samurai. But at least I have Shadow Angel on my team, which is cool.
Oh, fun story about Warhammer.
Sorry, you probably mentioned this before, but what is your favorite Space Marine Legion? Probably going to go with the, well, if you're talking Legion, then probably either the White Scars or the Raven Guard. But if I had to pick my favorite chapter, Black Templar. No question, Black Templar is up there.
Breaking news, Florida man arrested after spamming WoW in chat.
Seems like something I get arrested in California.
I'm sorry, sir, you're under arrest.
Stand fast. Hold the line. No surrender. To battle.
Yeah, let's go! Woo! To death! Yeah! Oh, no, god dang it! Ah! This isn't how we planned it! Alright, let's go. I'm going off to A. If anyone wants to join me, you're welcome to. I will not turn down... Wait, Obito Kiri? He was in the last match. He quit. Florida Jit, good fight. Okay, good fight. I look forward to you being totally honorable and not in any way being a pansy. Hello, Florida Jit. And your buddy.
You captured Zone C.
Wait, is it just me? Nope. Yeah, I knew that would happen. Thanks, good fight. Dude, come on. That's...
Chapter, Legion World Bearers. Word Bearers. You have hair.
Yes, I have hair. I don't know why you asked that. Seems like a strange
I
thing
really
to...
like Vikings, but dislike how fantasy Vikings look. I would love to see some Vikings with clothes, since I prefer that look personally.
I mean, yeah, I'd like Vikings with clothes.
I tell you what, stupid but understandable is that Vikings, despite fighting guys with plate armor, have never adopted it because you need a clear visualization between factions.
It is a bit unorthodox. I would like. You could argue that they just don't have as much access to iron in Valkenheim, but considering the mountain ranges, I would expect they would have some form of access to iron.
Probably. Yeah, got him. Good fight.
After dying with the quote, "I am war," and tried to kill me. My favorite Warhammer 40k faction, if you can tell them that, start calling them that, are the Tyrants.
The Tyranids?
The Tyranids?
Tyranids, my bad.
That's alright. I don't think the Tyranids will get on you for it, they'll just eat your face regardless.
Hold on a second. I think you're a vampire. No, not a vampire.
Black Templars are the best because they're crusaders.
That dude just yeeted himself out of the game as soon as I beat him. Oh, that was beautiful. No, we gotta do that. Will you do it too? Will the vampire suddenly disappear?
Once you get purged, I guess.
And done. That was hilarious.
What's the difference between Space Marine chapters and Legions? What chapters exactly?
After the Horus Heresy, there was something created called the Codex Astartes, which was designed by Rabute Gilman to ensure that a Horus Heresy could never happen again. When creating it, he demanded that all legions break themselves into chapters. That way, the legions, which were massive in size, could never pose an actual threat to the Imperium again. This way, all the different chapters could be broken up. Many of the Primarchs actually didn't like this policy because they thought it would weaken their military strength. But after a long time of deliberating and a few skirmishes between Dorn and Gilliman themselves, and Dorn going after Porto Rabo and getting his butt wrecked until Gilliman showed up to turn the tide, they eventually decided, okay, we'll do it. So they broke up all their legions into chapters, which are smaller versions of the legions. For example, Rogel Dorn's legion was called the Imperial Fist. And the Imperial Fist still exists, but they're much smaller because the full size of it was broken down into smaller... How is he doing that?
What would happen if the Elder came to Heathmore and for honor and glory instead of the Orcs?
Eldar.
The Eldar? How is he doing this? How is he light pairing so easily? I want to know.
Maybe he's using a keyboard?
He might be using keyboard. Because he's doing it way easier than anyone I've ever seen. He is light parrying like a god. Could someone explain that to me? He's light parried me 4 times now this game. It's like, and now sometimes if it's like he knows where I'm gonna light, that's one thing. But I feinted to do a light above him, and then he still parried it. That's not just good. That's something else. I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna say he's cheating because I have no evidence of that, but that is really sus that he could pull off light parry that efficiently.
Raven, what's your favorite national anthem?
United States of America national anthem.
Dun, 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 dun,
What
dun,
if For Honor has zombies?
That'd be interesting.
Yes. Teach me history.
Oh crap.
Favorite Warhammer faction would be Necrons. They're usually the most tragic backstory and whose drive to live without improvements. They have made a deal with the devil and end up living as metal.
Oh my god, really? Good fight, good fight. Oh my god. And it was a bot who killed me? Really? Oh, come on. Now I feel worse. That's even worse.
I think when people quit the game, their character, instead of disappearing, should commit suicide as an insult for them quitting.
Yeah, that's still hysterical that he did that.
That would be funny. Or like they just like suddenly catches fire or something. Wow.
All right.
Favorite Warhammer hero?
Warhammer or Warhammer 40k?
Yeah, there it is again. There it is again. That fucking light. That light parry.
My birthday is tomorrow. My boyfriend is gonna take me in to see that movie. Can't wait.
Ooh. Hope it's good.
Raven, do you like pumpkin curry?
I've never had pumpkin curry. I have no interest in pumpkin curry. Okay, I'm not going to go up and fight him anymore. He's no fun. And genuinely, I don't know how he's doing what he's doing. He is able to parry my light so efficiently. It's very sus. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to C to help out GMG Enma, although it doesn't look like she needs the help.
Raven, stop challenging the Lawbreaker. You're running into a meat grinder.
Yeah, it's really getting old. I thought that I could figure him out, but I'm really not. So we're going to move on.
How long have the For Honor factions been fighting again?
How long have the For Honor factions been fighting? Over 1,000 years. Let's clean up B here.
Does anyone in Warhammer actually use hammers?
Yes. Sigmar.
If you're referring to 40k, then you're going to want to look at the Salamander's Primarch Vulcan.
Yep.
And Warlords should have more WWE moves.
Okay, I'm sensing some hostility from you here. Oh shit.
I noticed the irony of Warmonging having bat wings under how both the very awesome Van Helsing execution.
Yep, y'all noticed, huh? What the hell? Okay. Yeah, I'm not doing well as War Mommy tonight, guys. That's my score. 7 deaths. Oh, God. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed, guys. Yeah. Playing War Mommy was a mistake. I'm an embarrassment to the War Mommies.
Hey, Raven, what would you say objectively the best movie released in 2010s?
I don't know. I don't keep up with the movies in 2010. Alright, they're fighting over B now.
Can you fix the samurai minions and remove the metal strips?
Can I fix the samurai minions?
No, can you redo it?
Sure they can. They just don't want to. Come with me, Kensei.
I was told there would be 40,000 Warhammers. I've barely seen a dozen. This is false advertisement.
It's not as bad as you think. I promise.
Good try. You almost shot me. Yeah, you keep shooting me, but you're losing A, dumbass. Let me give you a good fight for that one. You tried. I give you that much. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Who do you like? Great Athens of strategy or the powerful Sparta of war?
Yep, there's that light spam again. Well, not light spam, but
Like Perry.
like Perry.
Peacekeeper getting a part KO.
Now this is sweet, sweet revenge. But a good fight, by the way. Good fight. Good fight, by the way. Yeah, good fight. That was well done. Get out of my sight.
Did you play Assassin's Creed Odyssey? If so, did you side with Sparta or Athens?
I did play Assassin's Creed Odyssey for a little bit, and I sided with Sparta. Because
You're from Sparta.
damn straight.
Yeah, because honestly, if you look at the Peloponnesian War, Athens just got too big for its britches.
Yeah.
And you can argue that about, like, after Sparta wins the war, they don't take the hint and they start getting too big, which leads to them decreasing in power because Athens is able to revolt and overthrow their rule. Then Thebes gets really powerful for some reason.
Alright, I'm done with my attacker order. I got a dueling order. I don't want to do that right now. Let's keep going. I've got to do Samurai again, but okay. We'll see.
Due to how Games Workshop then picks some Warhammers, they should really be called War Mounts.
Probably. Oh, hey, the dude quit. That's sad. I'm sad he left.
What do you think about Matt Pat?
Matt Pat? He's a content creator. I give him that. He is definitely a content creator.
He's a very calculated content
Raven,
creator.
if Warmonger wants a stabbing move, then why doesn't Warden have any stabbing moves?
I don't know. I have no idea why Warden doesn't have any stabbing moves. Like you're ask the developers. They know better.
I keep asking like those some games.
Aramusha. I just picked Aramusha.
Highlander next.
If Odyssey did one thing that ticked me off was portraying Greek battles as brawls instead of the clash of phalanxes they were.
Yeah, I understand that, but I also can forgive it for one reason. I want you to think about from a gameplay perspective. If you, because that would have just been phalanx on phalanx fight. Now, if you're playing a game like Rome Total War, that can be pretty fun. But if you're just a singular guy in the phalanx wall, then that basically looks like hold down to hold up shield and then press RT to stab forward.
That would get very old very quick.
Considering what the Assassin's Creed style of gameplay is, that wouldn't work too well. And while I've acknowledged that it's historically accurate, that it's always a brawl, since they Greeks were very big on formation, it's a gameplay thing, not a historical accuracy issue.
And in answer to the question of how long am I going to be streaming, I'm probably going to do this Dominion match, then do a Breach, and then I'm going to be done. What if they added Darman to For Honor? Oh, he'd be a great punching bag. How long will you continue to... I answered that. Imagine there's a WWE content drop. That'd be cool. Dominic, Aramusha is looking fine. It is a nice looking Aramusha. I'm not a big fan of Aramusha myself, but this one does look decent. And we're up against 2 Raiders, a Shugoki, and a Shinobi. And we're in the same damn place. Okay. I see how it is. Okay. And here's all the Vikings who look exactly alike.
Imagine if there's a WWE content drop.
I wouldn't care that much. I don't follow WWE, and I have no interest to.
What if they added Darman to For Honor?
He would make a great punching bag.
How long will you continue to stream?
This will probably be my last Dominion match, and then I will do a Breach match, and then that will be the end of the stream. What's up, big man?
Have you ever played Conqueror's Bowl?
No.
Vault Turtle wants to know if you can donate steel instead of money.
How would you vote? How would you donate steel?
You lost Zone C.
Starman would make a fight skit to try to
Bye, Shugoki. I can't believe that just happened. Just out of nowhere. The train just shoved him over the edge. I'm sorry, Fat Man, that was awful. Wait, one of their team left. Ah, there's Shinobi left.
Static defense on high rating.
Oh, hey, what's up?
On a new samurai hero based on the legend of Yukinana.
I mean, I'm open to the idea.
Others creatures element infantry like hoplites and pikemen, just straight better than Persian counterparts for the most part. I heard it was due to how Persian infantry works.
The Persian infantry was not technically better trained or anything like that. It was just that they were more numerous and well equipped.
Well, the Persian infantry, it depends on where you are, because Persia, the strength of their army was they could pull resources from multiple different nations that they had conquered, or rather had integrated into the empire. And they were used to a more mobile style of fighting in the plains of the Middle East. Problem is, though, when you're fighting in Greece, it's a very hilly, mountainous terrain, so there's several choke points that can be used, which is where Thermopylae comes from. And the hoplites were just an ingenious way, just the best heavy infantry of the ancient world. And so, when the Persians can't use their cavalry to their full effectiveness...
Ah, revenge. There it is.
That's a huge core part of their army that can't
Hey
work.
Raven, what was better Viking armor, chainmail or scale?
I don't recall the Vikings having scale. Chain would have been superior anyway. You cut out.
Warlord cage match. Who do you think would win?
Thank you. Holy crap.
Have you watched Go-Go Danny?
I have. And don't bother telling me that you think he's better. Everyone already has.
What if they brought Byzantine influenced heroes into a Knights roster? The Bargarian Guard or Cataphract would be interesting in my opinion, and they would stand out aesthetically too.
We kind of already have the Varangian Guard with Griffin.
Yeah, the Griffin's already a Varangian, so...
A Cataphract would be hard, because the big thing about Cataphract is that they're cavalry.
Yeah.
And you really don't hear much, like, you've heard about dismounted knights fighting, but dismounted Cataphracts is not really as well known. So that would be hard to do. I mean, I suppose you could get their armor set in style, but what weapons would they use?
Right.
Because their main thing would be a lance or a spear, and which would best be used on horseback.
I better go help out. Lawbringer's having a tough time.
Has a lot to do with snow and cold in general. I would think the hero based on her would deal stamp damage.
Well, they've already done Yuki-Onna stuff for Nobushi, so why not just keep it that?
Scaling was influenced by the Dutch with plate. How can I write legends, myths, and legendary battles in my comments?
You write them. There is no right or wrong way to do this. You just write it. You've got to think about a military battle, consider all the strategies and tactics and work that it would take to win and fight said battle, and then do it. It's not like there's a right or wrong way.
If you're writing battles, the best way to do is look at actual historical battles and try and use that for inspiration to understand how militaries would move and operate.
Correct.
Like, I haven't watched it, but a lot of historians have praised like the earlier days of Game of Thrones because a lot of the tactics in the actual battles seem to be somewhat realistic and based off of real battles. However, in the later seasons, they complained that they broke away from this and just started to sort of make stuff up.
Gotta hop off, gotta sleep.
Alright.
Hopefully the remainder of the stream goes well.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Raven catches the Lawbringer. Raven, let's get down to business to defeat your running away. Beats the crap out of him with his sword, Raven. That will make a man out of you.
Someone go to A and save it. I'm gonna go to B and save it.
Are you interested in the Total War games? If so, planning to play Total War Warhammer 3?
My brother definitely is. I'm just not good at those kind of games.
I'm playing Warhammer 2 right now.
Literally, my brother's playing Warhammer Total War 2 right now. I did not know this.
I told you I was working on a vampire counts.
Oh, that's true. You did say that.
Rome seemingly had the ability to just constantly and quickly trade legions. Like if a certain Emperor won every battle against him, they could seemingly just summon another few legions. Hey Raven, rant about modern day Disney.
Modern day Disney is a bane on entertainment. I mean, modern day Disney is proof that people will do anything to win favor. It's pretty pathetic, actually. Modern day Disney buys things that they think will attract a wide audience, only to shit all over that audience and claim that they're just toxic. They're crapping all over Star Wars, all over original animated movies that I love, and then now they're going after Indiana Jones. So yeah, they can all. And you're running? Okay. Bye.
Raven, has your brother played Total War 2 Shogun? Sorry. Has your brother played Total War Shogun 2 before?
Yes.
I have briefly. I got it like on a free weekend, and from what I could tell, I like it. The thing is, I'm not as big into the samurai as my brother is. That's really his realm of expertise. I thought it was fun. I like that you can import guns from the Portuguese, and that you have the option to convert to Christianity, and there's the whole dynamic between the daimyo. I think is interesting. But I prefer Total War games that have like multiple cultures, and each faction in Shogun 2, they're at least the base game of Shogun 2. They pretty much all play the same. Sure, like there are some different units out there, and that each clan specializes in something different. But while each clan specializes in something different, like if you wanted to play the clan that's best at spearmen, but just spam what's the name of the rifle? The Ashigaru or
No, just a Japanese rifle. It'll come in
the
there.
matchlock rifles. Like if you want to spam matchlock rifles and cannons, you can.
My brother's answering a question, bro.
But yeah, I prefer like games like Rome 2, Warhammer, the games that allow there to be multiple different cultures so that each faction's a little different. Like yeah, I'll leave it there.
Okay, now you can go ahead.
Raven, do you think sold at a hero similar to Shugoki?
Who's similar to Shugoki?
I don't know.
Then I can't answer the question.
Let's see, where is this question?
Raven used Arabush's Bash.
I have, but yeah. Like I said, Armucha is not one of my better heroes, so you're not going to get top tier gaming out of me on that one.
Let's hope Disney doesn't buy Warhammer 40K from Games Workshop.
They won't. I can guarantee they won't because it's too much of a cash cow for them.
Well, here's the thing. The problem is, it would make Games Workshop a lot of money, and as I've said, they don't take the route of lots of money. They take the route of, we make little money and make people hate us.
Right.
So unless the Disney buying decision will truly make people hate them more than they ever have, they're not going to take it.
Indeed.
Games Workshop's business model is basically shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, that sums them up all right. That sums them up pretty well.
And besides, all the evil practices that Disney does, Games Workshop already does. So there's no benefit to uniting their evil, other than just it would make us mad.
One content creator I recommend is a band named Anomaly Inc. Some of his videos are on subjects you might like. Word of warning, he's Australian, so he might come off harsh at first.
It's fine. I'll look into him.
We watch Major Kill, so.
I mean, we've seen Major Kill, so.
Is Raider more Berserker than actual Berserker?
Let's go Lawbringer. No, I wouldn't say he is. Hey Raven, if you ever had the chance to know more of the R6 Siege lore, I recommend watching Sir Jeppy's lore videos. I've seen Sir Jeppy's lore video. He does fine, but I like to draw my own conclusions.
Hey Raven, are you gonna do something for Halloween?
Yeah, I said as much at the beginning. Alright, Law Daddy. Wrapping up the night with Law Daddy.
As you do.
Hey Raven, can you play Griffin?
Not tonight. This is my last match of the night.
That Lawbringer looking thick.
He is a good-looking Lawbringer. Alright. Oh, this match has already started. And we're attacking. Alright. This could take some time. Let's go ahead and get those questions out of the way.
Favorite Indiana Jones movie?
Favorite Indiana Jones movie? Last Crusade. Last Crusade would be my favorite. Followed closely by Raiders of the Lost Ark. And then after that would be Crystal Skull. And then Temple of Doom would be my least favorite. I do not like Temple of Doom.
Ideas about light spamming.
How to stop it?
Like how to stop light spamming. Make it so that lights cost more stamina. That's the only way I can think of.
Give us your best 40K orc impression.
40K orc impression.
It's kind of pretty much the same as a
Yeah,
fantasy.
it's pretty much the same as a fantasy orc, you know.
You gotta be talking like you don't have any brain cells left in your body. And you always got to talk with the S's. Like it's not just boy, it's boys. I'm gonna come at the boys and we're gonna cause a lot of problems for them humans.
Oh crap. Oh crap.
Another question for your brother Raven. Has he played Total War 3 Kingdoms yet?
Yes, I've played it, and honestly, I wasn't impressed.
Alright, there's your answer. Raven orc win. Not happening. I'm not orc material.
Well, not with that attitude. You could be a dig
The Last Crusade is my favorite because of the father-son dynamic. As someone who didn't have their father when I became older, it's always won my heart.
Oh yeah, definitely a good one.
Highlander is just a gorilla with a sword.
Disagree on that one, but okay. No. No. I don't think every hero needs a bash.
They sold out of a hero that has a shield and a Warhammer.
I would like to see them do that. I don't think they will.
I'm given it that not everyone is into Chinese and Japanese history, so I don't want to bother Raven.
Wow.
It's not a matter of the history didn't fascinate me. The history fascinated me. It's just the game mechanics were so much different from the previous titles, and also I felt that like growing my actual kingdom and empire took longer than it really needed to. Like there wasn't as a good explanation for it, and I remember doing one playthrough where I'm slowly building up my forces and my enemy just was able to suddenly get like high-ranking units all out of nowhere, and it was just kind of threw me for a loop because I didn't understand that. If I worked more with the game, I might be able to catch up with it and have a better appreciation for it, but they've stopped updating the game, so I don't see, if CA's given up on it, I don't see why I should give it another chance.
Then there you go.
Raven is either a Space Marine or an Inquisitor.
Am I a Space Marine or an Inquisitor? I'm probably a Space Marine.
You could be a
Sam,
Shadow
do
Master.
you have any suggestions for a fantasy world where knights, warriors, and generals is still valid in the world of magic users? I've seen a sad bit about it that I would hear you.
I could see a world like that. It would take me time to create it.
The Crusader Knight of the Last Crusade is awesome. He radiates pure goodness and warmth. This ghostly light show him. Almost like he's having, almost like he's a living ghost. Lost time.
I think he might describe himself as just that.
He might.
What faction do you fight good?
Knights. I can't believe that Jormungandr didn't follow up with a hammer slam.
You kind of might be considered rude.
How would you rate a god female protagonist asking for the sake of it? You entertain the industry.
Write a god female protagonist? So like they're an actual god, or do you mean like they're unbeatable? I wouldn't write an unbeatable character. I'd write a character that has flaws, difficulties, struggles. But if you're asking me to write a goddess, first it would depend very much on which mythology we're taking it from. And then in that case, I would try to make it as believable and interesting as possible. I mean, there's a lot that goes into that kind of thing. No! Minion!
How did the orcs looking the way that do in Lord of the Rings to do in Warhammer?
The Lord of the Rings orcs have nothing to do with the orcs in Warhammer. Very different.
I feel like Three Kingdoms style Black Mage Renegades is true progression in Odyssey, the character interactions. Odyssey was something that could have been great, but it fell short today.
Yeah, that's probably what my brother was implying there too.
Yeah, I like a lot of things they did. Like the diplomacy was like the first time like diplomacy felt like natural, but a lot of the character interactions and it had a lot of the same problems that Shogun had for me, but without any of the benefits.
I can see that.
I would like to see a pikeman play the hero.
You still are not. There you go. Now you're being an actual Jormungandr.
Were capes historical?
They could be.
Yes, they were. It depends on the era. But
Yeah, it depends on the
people
era
were
and
capes.
culture and all that. Yeah, but it was possible.
What's your opinion on the Maltese faction? Sorry, Falcon.
The Maltese Falcon. I don't have an opinion on that. You mean the sword? The Falchion? It's a good sword. Not my favorite. I've never liked the Falchion model myself. You want to stop hitting me, Warden?
How do you feel about ganks?
I think that ganks are an inevitable part of this game, but the game should not reward you for doing them. I don't think it should discourage it either, but I don't think it should reward you. I think, much like Warmonger's feat does, I feel like there should be consequences.
Hey Raven, what mythology are werewolves from?
They come from multiple different cultures. The idea of werewolves and people turning into animals is something that multiple cultures have talked about. You'll mostly see a lot of it in Nordic culture, but you'll also see it in Judeo-Christian culture. You'll see it in Native American culture with skinwalkers. It's something that you'll see in multiple different areas and in different ways.
To iterate a previous question, how would you rate a good female protagonist since there are so many SJWers whose running moves in the entertainment industry?
You write a good female protagonist by making a believable character with flaws, goals, struggles, motivation, and relationships that does not complete everything perfectly, that has to learn, that has to grow, that can afford to be imperfect, that can have struggles, that can cry, that can feel pain, and just make them female. It's not that hard. I get this feeling that people just... I think a lot of writers today don't understand that a female character can still be a strong female, but still be human. I think that people assume I think people just assume, oh no, if we make this female character have flaws or struggles or weakness, then that'll mean she's a weak character and people won't believe it. No, it means she is a human character. I don't understand where that issue comes from. I really don't.
All cultures have furries. It's in their nature, just like war.
All cultures believe that within man is an inherent beast, and somehow we bring out that beast.
I thought Warmonger's feat was to punish gangs.
It is. I'm saying that I wish that Ubisoft erred more on the side of punishing gangs, like not rewarding it. All right, and
Greek/Roman culture talks about werewolves as well.
yep, werewolves go back into multiple different cultures. All right, won that one by the skin of our teeth. I must be getting tired because I noticed that my gameplay is not doing as well as it usually does, so it might be a good time for me to start winding down there. Got to get ready for a long work day tomorrow. Because tomorrow I'm doing a double. Which means I go in the morning and work till the evening. So I will not be streaming tomorrow, I can tell you that right now. Alright, so I'm going to...
Would you consider Frankenstein's monster as a zombie?
In the fact that it used to be something dead that is now alive, yes, but it goes beyond that. Okay, so I will take 5 questions, and then I'm signing off for the night. So let's do it.
In my homebrew Dungeons and Dragons, my characters aren't overpowered. It's just over 1,000 years of life, and still be in your prime. You are just really strong.
Okay.
Dolphin, he said, it's been a good day. I'll see you later.
Alright, see you later, man. Thanks for joining us.
Raven, why is Valkyrie's spear so short?
Because if it were any longer, they'd have trouble animating it and her using it.
Get too long, you're gonna start making lights.
Hey Raven, if you had the option, which Space Marine chapter would you choose to be in?
The White Scars, the Black Templars, or the Raven Guard.
Would you consider vampires as zombies?
No. Very different things.
Raven, don't you think another annoying thing with modern writers today is thinking that it's sexist for women to look pretty, but say it's okay for men to be shirtless and attractive?
Oh yeah, that is an incredibly silly double standard. I have laughed at it ever since I've heard people use it. It goes even shorter than that. Like, it's the idea of, if you show a woman who is sexy on a model or in a fashion magazine, show a woman who looks sexy, it's sexist of you to do that. It's sexist of you to show a sexy woman on a magazine because it's showing off her body for the titillation of the male viewer. But yeah, the male, it's okay to have a big, strong man. Like, we demand that you put plus-size models on our magazines, but God help you if you put a fat man on. That just won't sell. It's an entirely silly double standard, and I don't like it.
What faction do you fight for?
The Knights.
Can you give us a glimpse of what's to come this October? October.
I said earlier, and I'll repeat it again real quick. My plan is to discuss the For Honor Halloween event, and when I do that, I will also be grading the Halloween executions. I'll be doing some more Dead by Daylight content. That is a goal of mine, to do more of that. I'm going to discuss the differences and similarities between Western Judeo-Christian demons, Norse Jotun, and Japanese Oni and Yokai, to talk about how they're similar and how they're different. I'm going to talk about why I don't like zombies and why I think that they're a very weak tier monster and creation for horror. I'll talk about their strengths too, but it's much easier to talk about where they fail. And I will also be trying to do another Heroes in History and the like.
How would the Predators handle horror creatures like vampires and werewolves?
What about the Predators and vampires and werewolves?
How would the Predators handle horror creatures like vampires and werewolves?
The way they handle everything. Kill it.
Yeah, it depends on the vampire and werewolf type that you have, because, like, there's like, for example, like Warhammer vampires are much different from, say, Helsing vampires.
Right, but my point being, they're not going to make friends with it.
Yeah,
they're going to kill it.
They're going to.
They're going to try to kill it. Yeah.
So seeing a predator try and attack Alucard, or
that would be adorable. That would be adorable.
A werewolf would probably be easier for them to do, because though there are differences, they're generally, how should I say, the power gap isn't as wide between varieties.
Right. Next one.
Did you know the Romans feared Neptune because they had unlucky ocean winds?
I did not know that.
The Romans were very like they.
Roman Hero come out in October or November?
November, probably, if I had to guess. Probably, maybe even December. I think it'll come out in season 4, probably halfway through.
And there are stories on why these monsters were created in the first place. And for example, the zombies were meant to represent the slavery and how mindless they could be. At least that's what I think.
You think that so? You think that zombies were created to represent slavery and how mindless it was? No, zombies were created by George Romero to be a horror that hadn't been seen before. The idea that the dead could become a threat. The things that we once loved, the things that we care about, could suddenly become hostile to us. The thing about zombies that makes them scary is the reality that you're always being hunted. The reality that this thing that's hunting you used to be someone you cared about or someone that you would have interacted with in the real world, and now they're mindless. There's no way to negotiate with them, associate with them, understand them. They just want to eat you, and then through that they spread. It's a virus made real. It's a physical manifestation of an actual virus. And it's terrifying to realize that you could end up in this world where the world is against you. Think about something like Dracula. Dracula is not the world. You might be able to hide from Dracula somewhere. You could go to another part of the world and Dracula won't reach you until he gets there. Zombies, if a full-on zombie apocalypse hit the world, there's nowhere you can go. The world as we know it is gone, and we aren't getting it back. And that's a terrifying, very sobering notion that the world we know is a thing of the past. That the world we now live in is a world of pain, misery, isolation, distrust, and carnage. That is what zombies are meant to represent and be scary. The problem is, I think that people repeat and overuse certain tropes about zombies that takes away some of the fear that could be there. And I think people also misunderstand what makes the zombies scary. I think people keep trying to add things to it to say, look, we added this. Isn't this more scary? And I go, no, it's more goofy. That's why I like Night of the Living Dead. Because they managed to handle that in a very unique way. And it was the first time we'd seen something like that. But that's just me.
Do you think male Yorm voice is better than female Yorm?
I prefer female Yorms.
Depends on what you're looking for. If you want a serious voice, female. If you want to have a good time and laugh,
Male boy, yeah.
Stay Raven, why do you think werewolves versus vampires is popular?
Because they're two of the biggest horror staples out there, and people are always trying to wonder who would kill the other in a mano-a-mano fight. That's the reason.
Can you show us War Mommy's newer outfit? We only got a glance earlier.
Sure. This is her new look. Still a work in progress. All right, I'll take 2 more questions and then that's it.
Why would a werewolf want to fight a vampire and vice versa?
Resources, territory, sport. I mean, werewolves would probably be territorial creatures. Vampires wouldn't want the competition. Good enough explanation.
Reminds me of Al's Warmonger.
It is very similar. Mal was a big inspiration, but the color scheme's wrong. All right, one more question.
No one's asking.
Oh.
Do you think they would add a Roman faction?
No, they've added 2 Romans to the Knights now, so I think that they're done adding Roman characters at all. I don't think we're going to see any more Romans, so I don't think we're going to see a Roman faction. And if we did see a Roman faction, they'd probably move Centurion and Gladiator to said faction. So we're probably going to only see them appear for the Knights. Which is a little sad. I think it would have been interesting to see Rome or Greece become a faction, but I don't think that's going to happen. My honest opinion, people keep asking me, do I think another faction will be made? If you want my honest to God opinion, unless For Honor boosts tremendously more in popularity, because what's cool right now is For Honor has gained more popularity. It actually has gotten more popular. People keep saying dead game, dead game. It's not dead. After looking over some numbers in terms of playing, Rainbow Six Siege, which used to trump For Honor 3-1, has now dropped tremendously in players. There are far fewer players playing Rainbow Six. And while For Honor hasn't necessarily caught up to that number, we've seen it spike recently. Lots of people have started coming back to For Honor since it started working on its balancing and character designs. So I think that For Honor is making a comeback. Will it ever reach the place that it used to be? Maybe not, but I definitely think that it's not dead. If it were to reach its former glory, like pre-Marching Fire former glory, I think that For Honor would probably see another faction at some point. But after they released Marching Fire and they released the Wu Lin, For Honor said, oh wow, the audience reaction to the Wu Lin is pretty negative, which is true. A lot of people hated on the Wu Lin. They got very mad saying, why are you making this new faction? Why are you making a new game mode? Why are you making all this stuff that you clearly just want us to pay money for? It's clearly a big money grab. We don't like it. It's just a commie faction. We're not buying it. Screw you, Ubisoft. You don't care about us. Which I think almost killed For Honor. I think this almost killed For Honor, because if they were having that big of a backlash to Marching Fire into the Wu Lin, then Ubisoft was going to be sitting there going, do we really want to keep putting money into a game that people hate that much? And Ubisoft saved themselves by saying, wait, no. There's more coming. We've got Harbingers coming. We got more ideas. So Ubisoft said, okay, but we better see some numbers or else this is gone. And I think the Harbinger series brought people back. So they said, okay, we can keep it going a little while longer. So I think that we saved ourselves after the Wu Lin. Now, do I think the Wu Lin are bad? Hell no. I think they're awesome. I love the Wu Lin. But I think people's general responses terrified Ubisoft into saying, do we really want to keep doing it? So I think that the fear is, if they're asking, should we do another faction, they're all looking back at what happened with the Wu Lin and going, no, we don't want to do another faction, because it'll just lead to another negative response from the community. They'll say, oh, you're just looking for another money grab. So, no, I don't think we're ever going to get another faction. Would I like another faction? Yes, I'd love a Rajput faction. An African faction would be cool. A Native American faction would be cool. A Middle Eastern faction would be cool. I'd love to see different factions. And everyone keeps asking, which one would you like to see? Any new faction would be nice. But I don't think we'll ever get it because of the fear, confusion, and uncertainty that came with the Wu Lin. So I don't think that will ever happen. Again, it'd be nice, but it won't happen. All we're going to get now are added characters to the Knights, Vikings, Samurai, and hopefully Wu Lin. But you'll notice that the Samurai have gotten more heroes in the Wu Lin by a large margin. While the Knights currently have 9 characters, the Samurai have 8, the Vikings have 7, the Wu Lin still have 5. Everyone else is ahead of them at least by 2. The only way for the Wu Lin to catch up now is for them to gain 2 heroes. That way they could at least catch up to the Vikings. But that's not going to happen. I am convinced that the Wu Lin will forever stay kind of a pariah. We don't see them getting talked about a lot. We don't see them getting a lot of updates and reworks. The only ones who got updates and reworks were Zhang Jun and San Hu. We don't see Shaolin or Nuxia getting ones, which I think they need them. Tiandi's fine. Leave him alone. So I think that they really need to do something with the Wu Lin, but I don't think they will because they're scared to. They're scared to touch something that the audience hated so much. I think as a community, we need to remind Ubisoft that we like the Wu Lin and want to see them do more with it. So that's my thoughts on that. All right, because I ranted on that for so long, I'll take one last question and then I gotta go.
Are you interested in New World?
New World? What's New World? I don't know anything about New World. Try another question because I don't understand that one.
It's a new MMO produced by Amazon.
I have no information about it, so I can't answer that question. I don't have any feelings one way or another about it.
how do you feel about vampires that turn into bats versus ones that don't?
Oh, I prefer the ones that turn into bats. I think that that's cool. I've always liked that. Call me crazy, but I like the supernatural vampires more than I do these modern interpretations. Modern interpretations of vampires just go more towards the feral, savage attitude, which is fine, but I like supernatural powers in vampires. I think that makes it, not only does it make them more cool, but it makes it look even cooler when a human without those powers manages to defeat them. That to me is awesome. Like, take Alucard from Hellsing, the anime. He had god tier powers. He could do unbelievable things. He was almost immortal and unkillable. He could turn himself into bats, mist, dogs. He could summon legions of the undead. He could turn himself into shadows, summon up giant dogs to attack his foes. He was unbelievably powerful. And yet he was somehow defeated by Van Helsing anyway. He was somehow defeated by the Major. He was somehow put on his last legs by Anderson at one point. There are humans who have challenged Alucard, this god tier monster. I think that's awesome. Anyway, that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a very fun stream, as always. Again, I don't know how often I'll be able to do these, and they definitely won't be on Fridays all the time anymore. And I know today's not Friday. I know. Today is Saturday. But in any case, I hope y'all enjoyed. I don't know what the next video I release will be. I know I've got an update video coming in Monday to go into more detail about what's coming this month. And I look forward to getting more information from For Honor about when the For Honor Halloween event is going to be. And we'll talk more about that when that happens. But until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Lucky, for reading the comments tonight. And big shout out to my brother, who's back there working on a video of his own that he wants to release for Halloween, which is going to be pretty cool. And as always, I will see you in my next video.